What it do, snackers and snackettes? It's your boy Gage. Jokes and Sinner in the building, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We are here.
You are now tuned in to Loading Snacks Weekly, where we get together once a week and we talk about things that are happening in pop culture. And today,
I don't like that.
what's wrong?
What?
Maybe it's just me. My chat box over here it's completely gray and it's got like a little sad face in the middle of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
you're broke, dog. What up, Cuddy? You right? Tattoos Day. Let's match it all up, matching with the orange and the blue.
Oh, that's funny.
Blue and the Spider-Man, little something on the tie. What up, Cuddy? Oh man, listen, we got an action-packed show. There's so much to talk about.
Action packed.
It is. It's action-packed. So
Let the summer begin.
it is on and popping.
Oh.
On and popping. Somebody might have said, "What's up, Heather?" Somebody might have said to somebody that they didn't want Marcus to do that tonight. Somebody might have said something to somebody about that. Welcome to the show, Frosty. Marcus is probably late. Let's see if you can summon
Right.
thine. Summon thine demon form. Yeah. Did you ban him already? Because
That's why I
I
said
don't know if the summoning is gonna
beforehand.
work. You run around with the ban hammer. Yeah, so listen, lots to talk about. Where I want to start. Hotel Transylvania. Do either of you care about
I actually
Hotel
do.
Transylvania? You
No,
I
do.
actually do. I do.
Why?
Tatiana loves Hotel Transylvania. Tatiana loves
Wait,
Hotel Transylvania.
wait. Hold on.
Transylvania.
Hold on. Let's sing it out of the system. Because I want to know why. Why are you laughing so
Why
hard?
are you laughing? Hotel Transylvania is
crying
actually
in it.
pretty
I'm
damn
telling you why. Because the second he asked that question, and I was like, no. And you was like, I knew with your hand raised. I went to make the face he made, I was getting ready to make. But he had already was like, okay, barely on the same page.
Nah, the Hotel Transylvania is pretty clean.
Yeah. I mean, the first two are decent.
I'll give you that. Third one, yeah,
That joint's kind of suspect.
A little shaky.
little shaky.
Just a tad on the shaky side.
Okay.
So here's the thing. So Variety had an article this week that they posted about how Hotel Transylvania is looking to skip theaters,
Mm-hmm.
and they are on the verge of signing a $100 million deal with Amazon to stream to Amazon Prime exclusively. And realistically, I only bring this up because we talk about this every week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every week. There are a couple of very interesting things about this story, but just like on the the very top, like scoop the whipped cream off the top. 100 million.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon is going to pay Sony $100 million
Yes.
for Hotel Transylvania 4?
Yes.
I don't know if that's the one that you want to do that with, but it's like
You have no faith in your franchise?
okay.
Go ahead and put them in. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's a legitimate question, Jokes. Listen, Hotel Transylvania 4. I look. I've seen the trailers.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look like it's going to be bad, but it looks like it's going. Hotel Transylvania, in my opinion, is in a place where 10 years ago, 15 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
this joint would have no choice but to be straight to streaming, straight to DVD. Like they just wouldn't do.
This will be the. Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing. The Hotel Transylvania franchise, and I'm going to call it that because there are 3 of them, has earned like $1.3 billion. What's up, Gideon? How are you? Long time. $1.3 billion.
It's a lot of money.
Okay, for Sony. Yeah, like worldwide. So, like, that is a lot of money. I imagine, right, that under the right circumstances, there is a lot of potential here, obviously, for either Amazon to do some sort of a deal with Sony where Sony will continue to do this with them. And I'm going to get to why that could be a thing in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're literally just hedging their bets. That right now, so that movie is supposed to come out like October 1st in the theaters. Leah, are you going to AwesomeCon? We will absolutely see
She
you.
is going, yeah. I saw her getting her hair recolored.
Yeah, the hair
like
color.
That.
I saw that. I saw that.
Get ready for AwesomeCon, yeah.
It's like a pinkish orangish.
Yeah, she's going for a peachy kind of color.
You just make sure you find us. Because we'll be there. We'll be all over the place, but you find us. We'll be there. We're going to talk about AwesomeCon before we get out of here tonight. That's like the last thing on the agenda. So this joint is supposed to come out October 1st. So it's very close. You know what I mean? We're a month and a half out from when this movie is supposed to release in theaters. Now, I don't know what kind of deals Sony had in place with theaters or whatever to run it. But I mean, let's keep it a buck. New York is mandating vaccinations to just go inside of anything. Mask mandates are coming back. Look, I posted something to the Loaded Sacks Movie Club today asking people if they're comfortable going to the theater to see Shang-Chi. And that's 2 weeks out.
2 weeks.
So I don't think this is necessarily a bad idea. But when we are talking about, like, Amazon makes their money anyway because people just pay for Prime because it's part of Prime. And so you just get video. But they run ads. So I'm assuming that other than 100 million, Amazon will make money on ads. Obviously, Sony pulls in some money. Here's the thing I find interesting. And this is where I really want you guys' input. Sony is the only major motion picture company that does not have their own streaming service. The only one. So now I'm like, okay, is $100 million literally just for Hotel Transylvania? Or is there something else going on here where other movies that Sony has the intentions on putting out? For instance, while we know that Spider-Man is a part of the MCU and Disney has some say, the Spider-Man films by Sony are not on Disney Plus. Does that mean Sony is positioning themselves to be in a place where come December, if they can't put the next Spider-Man movie out, Amazon gets that joint over Disney? Because if I was Amazon, I would pay them $100 million.
Easy.
Not to mention
Tony,
Venom
you
too.
use your password. Listen,
That's facts.
Right. But listen. But on that note, in what direction is Sony taking Crunchyroll? That deal is done.
Yeah.
They have a streaming service. Do they turn Crunchyroll into something other than just what it is for anime?
Possibility.
Is that get of Crunchyroll an opportunity for them to take that platform that they now own and take all of this content that is their content and put it somewhere where they're the only ones that have access to it? Roll it into PlayStation Plus. There were rumors last week that Sony was planning a new version, an upgraded version of PlayStation Plus that will cost more, that will add Crunchyroll into the cost of PlayStation Plus. The landscape is ever changing. Ever changing. Sin, what do you see happening? Talk to me.
I think instead of congesting us down with trying to create a new streaming service, I don't necessarily want to see them bring Sony movies into Crunchyroll. I kind of like that, especially since now Crunchyroll and Funimation have, pretty much the same thing now. Having that. I like having that one space just so you know that's like just for anime type of deal or whatever. I do like the idea though of them partnering up with Amazon and having their stuff go there. Instead of, like I said, instead of congesting us down with another service that you got to pay for by having the stuff go to Amazon, place whose infrastructure is tight or whatever, it will most likely allow people to start using it even more to watch these movies that Sony have on there, to start pushing Prime more to the forefront of a place you can go for that type of stuff. Like you say all the time, people are paying for it, don't realize they have it, that it's free for them to use.
Facts.
So it's a way to get the word out there on that as well. I like that idea overall.
Jokes, where are you?
I'm right there too. I think Sony partnering with Amazon, probably one of the biggest platforms, not just in the digital space, but as obviously making purchases online and things as well too. You can see possibly that partnership, like let's say PlayStation Plus. Maybe they do add the extra tier. Maybe it's more than just Crunchyroll. Hey, maybe somehow a version of Amazon Prime now is a part of PlayStation Plus in there as well too. That could be a possibility. And whereas people necessarily didn't play games, if you have access to PlayStation Plus, you may be able to play some of these games that you normally would never be involved with. And then on top of it, for the $100 million, Hotel Transylvania to me is just not the one movie that you would want to put that much behind. I definitely think there's probably
You ain't got to get an argument out of me for that.
I'm
Not
definitely
even a little
thinking
bit.
there's something snuck up underneath of there, whether it be like Spider-Man, Venom, could surely be a part of that. I mean, it got pushed back again.
I mean, it could, but like,
hey, I know you have your thing with Venom, but let's be real. Venom made money.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Like I'm not,
Venom
like
made
listen,
money.
I'm not poo-pooing how much money they made or whatever. And this joint actually does look like it'll be good. I mean, look, if I'm gonna do that deal, I know if I'm Amazon and we're even having the conversation, we're having that conversation because I want the wall crawler, the web slinger. Like that's 100% where I am.
Especially with the universe on the horizon. Maybe they decide if it's not necessarily these Spider movies that they can do, partner with Amazon, you may be able to get these Spider-Man or Spider Universe shows going on Amazon potentially.
There's potential.
Well, that absolutely could be a thing as well. I realistically, I find it interesting. Whenever there's stuff like this that I see, I always feel like there's more going on.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like, I don't want to be mean to Hotel Transylvania. I just want to be honest.
No, I think
that even with the kind of money, because let's keep it like Amazon they just sending people to space, dog. They got $100 million to burn easy.
Yeah.
Like it don't even really matter. But if you could say if they were able to say the only place that you can see Hotel Transylvania, I don't. $100 million just seems like a ridiculous amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
Does that, you know what I'm saying? Like it just seems like a ridiculous amount of money.
It is. I feel like they're gonna make it back though somehow with it. I think with Delta variant out here being wild, people can sit with their kids.
Not with it out here being wild, like it needs a beach dog. Like it's
dog is out here.
That would have just Delta around just wilding out, like just
no.
Okay.
But no, like families can sit there, with their kids at home and don't get worried about going to the theater and watch it. You get a lot of that going on. So I think they'll make it back. I think Amazon has a plan.
I mean, I think there's a plan. I think they both have a plan. Like,
Greg, you don't know what Hotel Transylvania is? I mean,
this is the thing, right? I know Disney has been to the daggone table with Sony so many times, but bro, if Amazon was throwing $100 million at Sony for Hotel Transylvania, and I'm Disney Plus, I'm in that conversation. I'm like, hey, Slim, I wish y'all would. I know y'all better talk. I know y'all better come talk in this house.
Mouse.
It doesn't make sense any other way to me. You know what I mean? That like, it almost feels like one of those things where they let that information out so that
it will start a whole
like a bidding war.
Yeah, so other people can just be like, well, now wait a minute. And the thing about it is, I don't feel like there's anybody who's like, Hotel Transylvania, only $100 million. Come see me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I give you 110. Like, I just don't feel like anybody is tripping over Hotel Transylvania like that. Like, it just don't.
There's definitely more. There's definitely more. And the thing about like PlayStation side of things, I mean, PlayStation's infrastructure for their network is run off of Amazon. So
It is. I mean, they already have a relationship. There's no two ways about that, right? And
Yeah.
again, that's the other thing is that technically, and we've talked about this, for Sony to have their own streaming service or something like that, no matter who they try to do, how they try to do it, what's up, Alfonso? They're gonna pay somebody else. You know what I mean? Whatever they charge you, they're using somebody else's web services to get it out in front of people anyway. So Sony's in a position to just do deals. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But what does that mean? Does that mean, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and, stuff like that? Because, I mean, that's really the only other big franchise that I can think of that Sony has that's animated other than, I guess they did Ratchet and Clank. But they also have major deals in place to do their own movies for, like, Uncharted and stuff like that, right? There's this whole Sony PlayStation movies production thing that also could be something that they're, in discussions to do something with. I just find it interesting. We'll have to obviously see what happens.
Right.
But Amazon making that kind of bid again is just me hearing them knock on the door like, what's up, AMC? Y'all giving up that warehouse space, bruh? Y'all gonna shut the theaters down?
We ready to get some warehouse spaces.
You know like
Amazon is
shipping Delta variants in boxes to people. Like, hey, we about to shut all these theaters down. We getting all of these joints. Like, it's dumb. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Everything's
it's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of crazy. We need to change gears.
All right.
We need to change gears a little bit. Did you see the Star Wars Visions trailer?
Yes, Lord.
Why you doing that? Why you doing?
Because that show was clean.
Yes.
I mean,
I've seen it
twice. I'm glad. You saw it twice.
Yeah,
Did you watch it in Japanese?
No, and that's the next viewing.
Oh,
hey,
I did
the
not
Japanese
do that.
joint is
I'm pretty sure.
a threat. Let me tell you something. I was never on the fence about this. Like when we talked about it before, I was kind of like, this joint just has what I needed from like that Animatrix vibe. That you know what I'm saying? Animatrix was clean. They tried to do it with Batman.
Gotham Knight, John. It was a little with the Gotham Knight.
They tried to do it with like Master Chief with like Halo.
Yep.
This joint.
This is this
Doctor Who. Yeah, this joint feels correct.
It gave me my Star Wars goosebumps when I see a Star Wars trailer for the first time.
Yeah.
Nah, but like no. Like, but better than that. Cause like you didn't even like any of the trailers for the last 3 movies.
But this joint
gave me the old feeling back when I saw it. Facts.
My man said, I want that old thing back. I want that old thing back. Give me that Star Wars boo thing back.
To clean with the music and everything too, and just
listen.
Dog, the music was on cue.
Why?
That whole way through.
I almost feel like I want this joint to go to theaters.
This joint would be I think is worthy of being a theatrical release. I guess probably.
Clearly, we're in a position where, like, I still think there's a chance that Disney's gonna be like, we putting Shang-Chi on Disney Plus. Something like that. I was watching the premiere of that joint last night, the red carpet, and I was thinking, y'all might be getting ready to switch up.
Yeah, I think that one is coming.
Here's what we should do. Let's just.
I don't know about you, Joyce, but
long ago, a great warrior came to this village and entrusted our ancestors with this. Its power and responsibility now lie with you. You've been guided by the Force since you were born.
At last, the moment arrives. It's the first time I've confronted such darkness. Something ancient and sinister.
We're going to be a proper family.
Let's make this our best show ever.
フォースと共にあらんこと。
I accept this responsibility.
That
Hey,
joint is
Slim.
straight
Let me tell you something.
fire.
September 22nd, Spoiler Boys is in the building, yo.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh my goodness.
You
But
listen,
joint-
you're right, Lee. There's some Star Blazer. Like, there's some of everything in this. Like,
Yep.
I'm
I
so
love it.
ready for this.
And I
7
love
different
it
studio
because you can
houses.
see, and you can see with all the studios, the 7 studios, like you can see it, especially Studio Trigger, like the
Oh my
Kill
gosh.
looking Joan is so. I'm about to cuss that shit. Say it's so damn clean.
Hey, look, that's the one. I was looking forward to seeing all of them, but that's the one I wanted to see the most to see because I love Trigger's work and I wanted to see what they were going to do. And just a little bit in there has me so.
See it. Yeah, I'm so ready for that joint. I don't even know what to do with myself. I watched that thing today in the car. I needed more space, bro. Like, I wanted more space.
I know they heard me because I was watching after
Yo.
you posted the jokes. I was like, hold on, just watching my phone. I know
No.
they heard. Ooh.
I watched that joint on the phone. I had to stop and immediately had to go to a TV and pull that joint up on the TV. I was like, hold the script.
Oh, as soon as I walked in the
that's
house,
coming.
first thing I did, put up on the 4K. As soon as I
I will
walked
be
there.
doing that for sure. Definitely had to do that. So check this out. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a little bit of it's sort of a break. We're gonna actually show you guys one of the interviews we shot from Otakon, over not last weekend, but the weekend before, with voice actor Adam Mcarthur. Sam, why don't you cue this up for us? You know how like when you go on like people go on the Tonight Show, they be like, yeah, why don't you cue this clip up for us? Hey, this your turn, this your moment, dog. Go ahead, cue the clip up.
Let me cue the clip up. This is Adam Mcarthur. He's the main character, Yuji Itadori from Jujutsu Kaisen. So here we go.
All right.
Snacks.
Loading snacks.
What's up, everybody? Your boy Sin here at Otakon 2021. Glad to be back on the con circuit once again, live in person, and I have the pleasure of sitting down with a truly talented individual. You may know his voice from, I don't know, some popular show called Jujutsu Kaisen, something like that. Please, hello, Adam Mcarthur. Welcome. Thank you for sitting down and talking
Of course.
to us.
Thank you guys for having me.
It is truly a pleasure. First thing I want to ask you,
Yes.
how does it feel getting back out onto the scene with conventions after COVID and all that kind of stuff? Like, what do you miss from getting on the con scene?
I truly miss just like the fan interactions, interactions with people. I mean, people in general, right? I mean, we were isolated for so long.
Yes.
But it's really nice to get back out. I love conventions. I love when everyone sort of who is this fan of a similar genre or the same things are all in one place together, and you can just nerd out and not think about anything else that's going on.
Yes.
So it's nice to be back. Yeah, I'm excited to get the opportunity to meet, new fans and chat with people
Okay.
about JJK.
So you haven't like been on the floor?
I haven't been on the floor yet. No, we did opening ceremonies, and then I had like 5 minutes to get some tea, and then came up, and now we're chatting. So yeah, I've yet to even see what the floor looks like. So.
Well, no, that's perfect going to my next question because
Okay.
Jujutsu Kaisen took the world by storm last year. It was Crunchyroll's 2020 Anime of the Year.
Yeah.
And you're the voice of the main protagonist, Yuji Itadori. The cosplayers are all out there on the floor.
Are they?
Yes. You're gonna love it.
Okay.
They're all out there.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
How does it feel to be the voice of the main protagonist of such a big show that has taken our community by storm just after one season?
I mean, it's totally surreal, to be honest with you. Before, so, you know, anime obviously is different than like Western animation. Usually the sub is released before the dub is even auditioning for voices to, you know, be cast. So I started watching JJK and I was like, oh my god, this show's amazing. And then I got an audition through JJK.
Really?
So it was like that makes it even a little bit more surreal, where it's like I was already a fan of the show.
Did you reach out to them or they reached out to you?
They reached out to me.
Okay.
Yeah, they reached out to me. So typically, like any audition goes through an agency. So it came through just like any other normal audition. I was like, oh man, I already thought it was maybe like I had seen maybe 2 episodes of the sub. Like maybe that was all that was released at the time. But I had talked to a friend who was like caught up on the manga, and she was like, this show is going to be fire. And look, as an actor, I don't think you can really like buy in fully to stuff like that. I think I've been doing this for a while, and I always say like, don't believe your own hype, or don't believe the hype, because you just never know. You get recast, shows get canceled, like all of that stuff. You gotta just be thankful for what you have right in front of you and enjoy it as much as possible. And so that's really been the approach with JJK. So, you know, like you said, if there's people down there in cosplay, I'm going to be taking that all in. I'm going to be very grateful that I get the
pictures
chance.
of a couple of my room.
Did you? Awesome. You'll have to show me. But
as soon as we wrap this up.
Yeah, man, I'm just super excited. I'm excited to see where it goes. You know, it does feel like one of those ones that's like maybe a little bit different, you know, where we are going to get to do hopefully a lot more stuff for it. Travel and meet more fans, like, you know, as the fandom continues to grow, because it really is.
It's gonna grow.
As popular as it is, it's still in its infancy. You know, it's like obviously the manga is a lot further along, but yeah, it's gonna be. I'm stoked. I'm stoked for the movie in December.
Totally. Another thing I was thinking of when it comes to voice acting, I really think about this with this show and particularly your performance. Is there any room when it comes to voice acting as far as improv? Because like the comedy is for me, it's kind of on point in the show. It's funny, it's entertaining. Like at some point during the creative process, are you allowed some level of leeway with some improvisation?
It's really tough with dubs. So when I was on Star vs. the Forces of Evil, we would basically record to a script and a storyboard. Then all of that was shipped off and animated, and then it got back. So I could do anything because they could animate to it. So with dubs, you know, not only are you having to honor whatever the writer does as far as the translation goes, then you have to honor the mouth flaps on screen. So you're fitting whatever you're doing into. That's my theme song. I've gotta go. I'm out of here. Yeah, you've gotta like honor, you know, what has already been animated. So it's. I don't want to say there's like no room, but there's like very little room. Yeah, and it depends on who's voice directing, and like you know, just everything sort of has to fall in place to be able to do it. I think the show is so good on its own that it's sort of like the path is very clear for what is needed from a performance. You know, so it lends itself towards the comedy. The animation is funny in a lot of places and stuff like that. So you know. It makes the job a little bit easier. But yeah, I wish there was more room for improvisation, because I think it would lead to some really fun stuff. But yeah, I would say you have to kind of stick to the script.
I get that. I get that. Now, I'm pretty sure you're well aware of the sub versus dub conversation that always pops up when it comes to anime. I don't particularly believe in that sub is so superior, especially nowadays. Like with people like you and your performances with these characters, I think dub has come a long way. What can you attribute to some of the growth that dub has come? And like I said, I believe that dub is people can watch dub now. Like there are really good ones out there like this show.
Yeah, for sure. I think, I mean, I just think when you watch some of the old stuff, it's obvious that it was, and who knows what it was. It could have been budget. It could have been like who was available at the time. I think as the pool opens, especially like, you know, it's hard to look at the bright side of a year like 2020 with COVID and everything like that. But the bright side for voice actors was if you had a home studio, it potentially could open more doors for you. And I think as these studios sort of realized like, oh man, the talent pool is not just who's in our town. It could be like people from different places. The talent pool opens up. And then, you know, like what made me want to do anime was watching the My Hero Academia dub. and like the overhaul arc, like Kellen Goff and Rico Fajardo and even Justin. Like there's some amazing acting in those scenes.
I prefer to watch My Hero dubbed.
Do you?
Yes, I do. I just fell in love with the voices.
Yeah,
they're so well.
And you know, the other thing with that whole debate is like, I mean, I always say I just want people to watch a show. I don't care which version you watch. You can watch my version. You can watch a sub. Just enjoy it because it's such a good one.
Right.
I just think like, you know, as you know, one performance is better, then it encourages like all the actors to like rise up and be better and do, you know, a really good job. And I think that the eye of the casting directors and stuff, a lot of the people who are casting these shows and voice directing these shows are people who have done anime for a really long time. So I'm on Shadow's House, which is another Funimation show, and The Saint's Magic Power is Omnipotent, which is another one of their shows, both directed by Caitlin Glass, who is like anime royalty, like, you know, 400 plus credits on
Put those on the list, Joe, for me to watch. Put those on the list.
Yeah, she's amazing. But she's been doing this for so long, you know, when she's casting shows, she has like, you know, she has a standard of like what things should sound like. So yeah, I just think it's like time, man. You know, time as more and more, and like, you know, through a year like 2020, they're trying to bring more media over, and so you need just like, people are the fans. Maybe it's the fans. I'm talking myself into figuring it out with you right now.
No,
dude, maybe it's the fans. Because like, if you hear people trashing it all the time, it's like, oh, maybe we should do something different. And then, you know, as people request a higher level of quality, you're gonna get it. And so I think you get things like the JJK dub, which even that, you know, it's like, I feel like the cast and the director, we all gelled by like episode 4. Like, I think like tonally you can hear like, oh, it will be interesting if it stays like this the first couple episodes, but then to me it gels, and then there's just like episodes that are just straight fire. Like, you can't tell me that it's better or not, like not as good or better than one or the other. It's just like, yeah, both. I mean, of course, the original, it's the source material. The actors are creating the characters, and coming from a show again like Star vs. the Forces of Evil, where I created Marco, and I'm friends with people who dubbed it in other countries, like the Latin American dub. Damien is one of my buddies.
Okay.
He did the Spanish language version. And so it's like, you know, I would never say like, oh, it's not as good. It is just different.
Right.
It is just different. If you're watching to compare, that says more about you than it does about sub versus dub. So, hot take right there.
Hey, you heard it here.
Yeah.
Now, real quick before we get out of here, are you a gamer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to know Loaded Snacks. That's her name. It's a snack is a game. I'm sorry, a snack. I'm all over the place. Yeah. A loading snack. It's a snack you eat while gaming that won't ruin your controller or your mouse or keyboard.
Oh, it's so hard. Have you seen these gaming chopsticks that people can play? And they're like 2 chopsticks that you can like then use to eat chips and stuff.
Yeah, so what is a loading snack you like to have while you're gaming?
Ooh, okay.
Doritos off the table.
Trader Joe's.
Okay.
Not sponsored by them, by the way, but I could be. Trader Joe's has instant ramen, and it's like the healthy version of instant ramen. Yes. So I can like pop it in between games, pop it in the microwave, boil some water, pop it in, and just, you know, you eat it with a fork. Once the noodles are gone, you can just drink it. But it's definitely controller safe.
Hey, look, that is
because otherwise it's like Takis or it's like some kind of chip or something like that, and it's like
it's not gonna
can't
work.
do it. Trail mix, perhaps.
Okay.
Get a nice blend of raisins and protein.
Hey, look, thank you very much for taking the time to sit with us. I truly enjoyed it. We got more to do out here at Otakon 2021. So that was Adam Mcarthur, and we'll catch you later.
Loading snacks.
What's going on, everybody? Did you enjoy what you saw? Of course you did. So if you want to help us out and support us, here's what you can do. On whatever platform you're currently streaming us on, just like, share, and subscribe. Then head over to patreon.com/loading snacks and become one of our patrons there.
Yo, I wish I could have seen Jokes mouthing the words to that.
Many times now, it's like I'm editing, putting them jokes on there. It's like you just start on new jokes by heart now.
So look, before we get further into the show, Leah said, pulled up the Japanese Star Wars trailer again with the hubs on the big TV. Feels very, Hayao Miyazaki, Lone Wolf, Cub, Samurai Jack, like it.
All there.
All of those different styles, they all work. They all fit well. I'm all over it.
Yep.
Sin, what was that experience like for you interviewing Adam?
It was a lot of things. Like,
okay.
I mean, like, for one, like, it's our first time going back to a con to do stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, and the first one out the gate is like a accredited, like established voice actor in a show that I'm love with, now just like everybody else is. So there's a lot of pressure going into it. That's the reason for the stumble at the end, because my mouth was dry as all living hell by the time we got to that point. But it was cool. Like I enjoyed it actually. I really did. Like, yeah.
Sir,
I enjoyed it overall by the time the weekend was over. You said what?
You did an awesome job, sir.
Yeah.
I mean, working what you got, Once I got past that first one, I was good after that. I wasn't once I knocked that first bit of cobwebs off, then I was
a little better. Well, I mean, that was like the first joint.
I was about to say, dude, you was in there like it's like riding a bike. You got in there and just rode that bike and you was good.
So I didn't have this on me.
Oh man, man was pedaling so much. Oh, I'm thirsty.
Well, oh yeah, crushed that bottle when we got out of there. No, I loved it.
Curveball.
Hey.
Jokes.
What's up?
Have you seen Speed?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen both of them, as a matter of fact.
First of all, there is no other. There is.
We don't count the second one.
Unfortunately, not. There's two of them. I went to theater to see it.
Cruise control, baby. Cruise control.
Let me try this again, though.
So I'm sorry.
That's a thing that can't happen twice. That's why Keanu wasn't in the second joint. That's why it doesn't exist. So I couldn't even have said that to you. Now, aside from that curveball, by the way, Frosty's never seen Speed. We need to fix that.
What? She ain't seen Jack.
All right, listen, this is what happened. I asked her if she had seen Speed, and when she said no, I immediately was like, you and Jokes are the same age. So, man, if Jokes hasn't seen Speed, we're going to have a problem.
Gotcha.
We are going to discuss this tonight. How old were you when you saw Speed, Jokes?
Oh, God. Younger than what I probably should have actually been watching Speed.
First of all, it was not the variant Keanu. That dude is not Keanu at all. That's right. Speed 2 is meh. Speed 2 doesn't exist. Didn't you just hear me say that, Leah? It's not a thing.
I saw it in theater, so before this burned into my brain and my retinas, that thing exists.
All right. I mean, all right. Keanu yumminess. Sure.
Breathtaking.
What year did Speed 2 come out?
It's like 90.
Was he shooting Matrix when that came out?
No, there was, because that show was like 95 or 96.
Speed 2 was 95 or 96?
Cruise Control came out in 1997.
Yeah, Matrix wasn't even being thought about. Hey, listen, can I do something to make people upset real quick? Good, because I'm gonna. There's a whole lot of show left, but I can't let this slide right now. This is on my mind, so I gotta say it.
Okay.
The theme song for Dirty Dancing. Whack. It's not that good, dog. I've had the time of my life. There's a sin.
I hold up before you go any further. Number one, I have never seen Dirty Dancing.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I did not know until just then that song comes from Dirty Dancing.
All right, hold on a second. Late Ty, get out of my chat, bro.
Jason Patrick. Oh no!
You dare to bring up his damn name? What is wrong with you, Tyrone?
He's getting ready to tell me the Dirty Dancing theme song is good.
Oh my gosh!
God.
You gonna tell
Jason Patrick?
Ty.
What are y'all talking about? Jason Patrick is an underrated star. That man is a star.
What do you think about Speed 2, Ty? What do you think about Speed 2?
Clearly, he likes it because Jason Patrick is who replaced Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I ain't no dude's name. I don't even know the dude's name.
Yeah, I've had the time of my life. Okay, so saying you didn't know that song came from Dirty Dancing.
No, I did not know that song came with Dirty Dancing, and now it makes no sense to me. I would have never thought that was tied to Dirty Dancing.
So here's the thing. Music, like musicals, like music that is intrinsically tied to a movie, most of the time is really only a good song in the context of the film.
Mm-hmm.
So realistically, that song is only good if you love that movie. Because in the movie, like at the point where they play the song and what's going on in the actual movie and all of the stuff, it's like, oh, you know what I mean? But like, again, you never seen Dirty Dancing, and I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, it don't hold up. Like, and this we're having this conversation right now because I got into it with somebody at karaoke the other night.
I got into it at karaoke about
listen,
it. Like,
Slim, this song, listen, people sing that song at karaoke all the time. It's like it's a classic song, and I get that, right? But like realistically, people are singing along with it, but they're singing it with the memory of like the movie in their head. And I'm like, Slim, Top Gun Highway to the Danger Zone is 10 times a better song than that. Kenny Loggins put his foot in that joint. Stop playing with me. Highway to the Danger Zone is way better than that joint. If you take a joint like, oh yeah, B, oh man, listen, I go to karaoke like every 2 weeks, man. Holla at me. Take Hakuna Matata. Classic song. Lovely song. Has great meaning, technically, like in terms of like what they're talking about in the song. Listen, Ty, this is a curveball. If you was here on time, you would know what's going on. Hey, Sin, you don't have no sound.
Hey, Sin, you talking to yourself.
I'm talking to Ty. I was frustrated. Ty, don't come in here damn near to the end of the show. So I'm talking about how did we get here with your late ass.
How did you get here? So
my man literally cussed you out in silence, Ty.
Sure did.
Hey, dog. Yeah, like Hakuna Matata is good, but it's like, but realistically, within the realm of the Lion King, that's a great song.
That was clean. Yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mulan. Be a man. I will make a man out of you. Banger, dog. Banger. Love that joint. It's one of my favorite Disney joints of all time. When that joint comes on, I get in a mood. You hear me? Right? But in the context of the film, it's like it has multiple meanings because he is singing so heavily about being a man and them sending him boys or whatever. And of course, you have this woman who is in the midst of all these men training to be a man. Like it has that double meaning of like, nah, it doesn't take a man to fight and to win the war and to whatever. So like there's this double meaning that's there. It's like, it's so different. Nah, we're not disrespecting musicals at all. What we doing is we disrespecting the time of my life. That joint is weak, bro. That joint is weak. I can name you songs from musicals that are bangers that straight put that joint to bed. But if you were like 13 watching Dirty Dancing, and probably shouldn't have been, but like if you was like 13 watching Dirty Dancing, that song meant everything to you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But realistically, song really ain't that good, dog. Joint's really not that good, dog. Like they don't sing that well on that joint. Like for real,
Hey, Black Eyed Peas were making that jump was probably better than that original jump.
It's not though, because that joint's not good to begin with, jokes. That joint is like, it's not, dog. And I'm not even lying. Like people be trying to get me to go sing that joint. They be like, yeah,
like
I'm like, I don't know that joint. That joint weak.
And they know you lying.
Cuddy said, I kind of like Pass Away song that he sings better than Time of My Life. Listen, which is cool. Listen, sure, why not? But if I'm gonna pick a Patrick Swayze film at all, it's either Roadhouse or it's Ghost. That's it. It ain't gonna be Dirty Dancing. Not for me. Now for me, he don't kick nobody in Dirty Dancing. Kick the juice out of somebody in Roadhouse, dog. I'm talking about
Roadhouse.
Listen, 80s action, nothing like it, dog.
Oh my gosh, the best.
Nothing like it.
It is some of the best.
Hey, Slim, if somebody didn't get kicked and or punched through like wood
or wall or something,
with weed, dog.
Look, they'll be standing in the center of the room and throw you slam through a window.
Straight up. Has to happen, yeah. Greg said as a straight song, yes, for its core audience, it worked. Yeah, no doubt. John's still weak. Like in the grand scheme of a song, nah. In the scheme of like the movie for the musical,
right,
but listen,
right.
Every joint in Grease is better than that joint. Every joint is better than that. Every joint in Hamilton better than that. Fight me.
Nah, not gonna argue on that one.
Every joint on that joint bang harder than that.
Sweeney Todd.
What? Hey, what? Come on, man. Alice said the whole concept of Dirty Dancing and Lombardo was a joke to my fan because we're Caribbean. Facts. They learned something new. They learned something they ain't know, yo. Hey, listen, you can't do that. I will never forget watching. Was it in Living Color? That's the Forbidden Dance. Yeah. Oh man. Listen, first of all, Doctor Who, I don't know if I have a weird love of musicals. I like music. Let me tell you something. Every joint in Mary Poppins bang harder than I've had the time of my life in Dirty Dancing. Every joint. Spoonful of Sugar bodies that joint, dog. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious bodies that joint all day. All day. Hey, Greg, what you mean we're not the core audience, dog? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's not the point. That's not the point. The point is outside of the listen, it's not a bad song within the context of the film and what's happening.
Wiz rock better than that joint.
Oh,
what? Every joint in the what? You can't win. What? Hey, dog, Michael Jackson with the with the Reese's peanut butter cup joint. Hey, dog, what? Oh God. Hey, dog, what? And that's you can't win is the weakest joint on the Wiz soundtrack.
And that
joint go hard, bruh. Woo! Yeah, Saturday Night Fever over Grease. Facts, Cuddy. I'm okay with that. But again, that's completely different styles of music for what they are. You know what I'm saying? But but Saturday Night Fever is like straight up. Like it's Bee Gees, bro. Like you can't really. Hey, listen, Ty. Dog. This we can do. The Wiz, dog, hands down one of the scariest joints ever made, dog. When them graffiti people start peeling themselves out the wall, dog, that joint gives me literally what they consider the willies, dog. That joint shoot issues on my back. I was like, ew. It's hey, Slim. To this day, walk through a parking garage with me and hit this joint. I'm out, Slim. My kids don't even do it, dog. I'm out. Hey man, if you don't get them orange nasty puppet joints, dog, in the trash, I was through, dog.
I have not seen that joint in years. I don't remember any of that.
Hey Slim, let me tell you something. I lived in Philly, y'all. We rode the L. Our subway stations look just like that.
That, Joe.
Hey Slim, what? Nah, dog. Them columns with the dreads coming out the joint at the top. Yeah, nah, no good, dog.
Nah, first time I watched
good. That's hey, listen,
elementary school. That joke.
And you know what the best part of the Wiz though is? Nipsey Russell. That joint is classic, bro. The Wiz and every other musical can eat a big. Come on, listen. You're gonna have to open your horizon some because there's some banger musicals out there, no doubt. Like you just have to. My man said, "Go watch it." I said, "I dare you." Why they putting you to the test, Sid? Why they like to do that?
People will see me get traumatized, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, did y'all see this new update they did for Fortnite?
Yep.
What are they doing, man? Listen, so Fortnite adds basically Among Us.
Mm-hmm.
to their game, which, you know, man, look, they got a lot of flack just for having the battle royale because people felt like they stole that from PUBG. Now, you know, like, battle royale really is a genre though, and battle royale technically existed before PUBG did what they did and took it to the next level. But I don't know, man. This joint feels real wrong. Like they're even calling people like imposters. Like for you know, like again, PUBG was a startup, but they were making crazy money. But like, yo, the team that makes Among Us is like 4 people, dog.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a super small team. You know they're working on bringing the game to consoles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, them orange puppies, man. Let's not even. I'm gonna have nightmares messing with y'all tonight. Oh boy, I hate that. I can call my daughter right now. I bet you if I call her right now, hold on. Listen, talk about Fortnite and Among Us amongst yourselves. I need to know how y'all feel about this. I'm about to make a phone call. It's about to be a problem. She about to be mad at me. Watch.
I mean, Fortnite does what Fortnite does. It's like they're gonna bring in audiences from all over the place. So adding Among Us, like,
I got a feeling that it's gonna kill it. I think they are going to.
So I don't.
Hold on. Can y'all hear that?
Yeah.
She might ignore me.
I was gonna say the show might go to voicemail, especially she.
Hey.
Yes.
You all right?
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of a show, but I have to say something to you.
Okay.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Why would you?
Why? Hey, listen, because I'm trying to explain to people how scary that joint is, and I'm like, trust me, if I call her right now, she's gonna be upset if I do that because that joint is a problem. That's all. I appreciate you, love you. See you this weekend. Hey, did you hear back from your man? Do we? All right, that's cool. See if you can reach out to him again, and I'll talk to you after the show. Bye, love you.
Oh, that was perfect. Oh, that was perfect.
Why would you do that?
Terrible.
Shoot. I bet you she brings that up when we do the panel or something.
Probably.
Yeah, man. I know Fortnite gonna Fortnite, but it just feels wrong, man. Like, Epic, you got all the money in the world, man. Like, you could easily have reached out to that team, that very small team doing what they're doing, and set up some sort of a collabo. You know what I mean? Like Epic and Fortnite have been in court or had some kind of issue for so long. Like, last year it was all the dances and like them not giving credit to the people who did it and the songs and the music, and they've like fixed a lot of that. They have like real songs in it now, and you know, they, like, people are getting credit and stuff like that. But like, this just feels so wrong. You know what I mean? Like, you could have put a skin in that joint that looks like Among Us characters in some way or something like that. Like, there are ways you could have done something to collaborate with them to get
Among
them
Us comes
that,
to Fortnite.
Oh, they would have absolutely would have been like, let's do this. Like,
like they posted about it. Like, they tweeted about it for sure. Like, you know, they could have just like reached out, you know what I'm saying, and said something or something.
Change some of the names, like you said, imposter. Like, make it. Don't try to do what we're doing.
Don't directly just take it. Like,
that joint is just like, nah, we Epic.
It should at least been, hey, let me copy your homework, but at least change it up a little bit. Like, they didn't even.
Here's the thing, like, you gotta figure, like, a company like Epic that I mean, Fortnite literally just did a huge like, they put Ariana Grande in the game, had her in the joint doing concerts. They did a whole like ending battle joint with her, or whatever. Like, dog, y'all got stupid money. You have to follow that up with Superman, Wonder Woman, and then you steal somebody else's game and put it in your joint. Like, that just feels like this is your follow. Like, we're gonna do this Ariana Grande joint and get way more people to just jump in and try it again and play, and then we're gonna put this joint out and try to keep them by like stealing somebody else's like whole. And again, look, Among Us isn't. They didn't create this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know that Among Us is basically it's an old card game. It's, you know, werewolf. It's
mafia.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not. I don't think it's as good as those, but in the grand scheme of things, like, they don't own quote unquote like the rights to do it. But again, it just feels so.
It just feels like, come on now, you know what you're doing. It's obvious. Like you're Among Us did this. It's a runaway success, big hit. So, all right, what you gonna do in our game now? Like,
and it feels like one of those things again where it's like we know that like they announced that Among Us is coming to consoles and all that kind of stuff, and it's like it feels like they kind of rushed it to get it out because they have all of these people that play on consoles before Among Us is consoles. You know what I mean? And you have to remember that as big as Among Us was for a long time, there are a lot of people who play on console who never played it, never heard of it, don't think about it, play on phones, they don't whatever, right? So when Among Us comes out, there are going to be a ton of people who feel like they copied what Fortnite did. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's one of those things that just it feels disingenuous. A couple more things. Three more things. One, Back for Blood demo. We only played for a brief moment. We didn't have a lot of time. We had to try to get it in before they got rid of it. We were busy trying to like close things out and get some things configured. I made that up. But configure it after
it works.
Right?
Yeah, it works.
Impressions. Just what do you think? How do you feel?
I'm gonna jump on it when it comes in like Game Pass, whatever day one. I'm gonna be there. But like there's still a lot we didn't get to even scratch the surface of it. But like I feel like there's potential for fun, but there's a lot of questions, still to be answered. But I think the potential for fun is there.
Okay. Feel the same way, Joe?
Same place. Like obviously playing it with your friends is really what this is gonna be about. Just us getting in and trying to figure out certain things or what's going on, picking up weapons. Hey, you need to get the sniper rifle. Hey,
that was the smoothest part for that one time we read. Like,
it was
for you.
I found a shotgun. I'm good.
Yeah,
that's what made the whole experience of it cool. But I know there's a whole like card system and all that type of stuff that we really didn't even get to dive into.
Yeah.
But just at least getting in and playing and seeing it, it's cool. It's a Game Pass game, so it's gonna get downloaded. But otherwise, it was okay.
Okay. Second thing, the update for Marvel's Avengers, Black Panther is live. The World of Wakanda is a thing. I started playing through it. Sin, you had a opportunity to play through the opening. Jokes, I know you haven't touched it yet. Sin, where are you?
With the opening, I was hearing all these new voices of these characters throws me off a little bit. Like I'm not used to hearing these particular voices, so that is going to take a little bit of warming up for me. You start off a new character, they force you into a single player mission for the whole beginning part. I don't know, some with the level was throwing me off. I'm like, where's like the big open? I know we're in Wakanda right now, but like, where's like the big kind of open areas you can push down on the D-pad, see what things are? All right, let me go over there. That's 300 meters away. It was more kind of confined, and it just felt weird to me. But once you go through the fight some people and you do all these puzzles that's teaching you about Black Panther and the history of it, and once you step outside and you say, oh, you see Wakanda now, and you see the Avengers fighting, and it's like, what in the world the Avengers did? Who let them in?
Why they here?
Yeah, stuff like that. And then you start getting into them like, okay. And he feels like he's going to be a threat. Like facts. His abilities
I enjoyed what I was playing. He was cool. They already got some money out of me, and that's cool because I haven't given him money in a long time. Bought that game a long time ago. Haven't played it in a minute, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna jump in here. I'm gonna give y'all a little money. Let's see what's what. So I spent a little money, got some fresh gear. We're gonna get in this. We'll have more to say about this after this.
There's a free piece of gear too. And when you first log in. Okay, just so you know, Joe, there's a free piece of gear when you get it for him. You gotta go to the store to get it.
Go ahead.
He ain't gonna play.
No.
And don't. Okay, so last bit of news. All right, so look, like we said at the top of the show, when Leah jumped in, we will be at AwesomeCon this weekend. We are doing some press work, and realistically, look, we'll be all over the place. So we don't really ever stop moving. If you see us, stop us. Say what's up. Matter of fact, is there anybody besides Leah who's in the chat who's planning on going? I would like to know that.
If you see something, say something.
Well, please do that.
Something. Dial 2180.
Please do that.
If you
That's
see us, say
important.
hi.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else in the chat? Anybody going? Should we be looking out for anybody in particular? Because that would be cool. On.
I saw that. So you put those together, Leah. Yeah, so I put those together.
We will be hosting a panel.
Yes.
So on Saturday, 4:30 in room 103, we are having our Being Comfortable Being a Geek panel. Anybody who's there, we greatly appreciate it if you came out, check us out with us. We intend to have a really awesome time. We're gonna have some really great guests with us. For those of you who are not familiar, for us, Being Comfortable Being a Geek, as a panel it's an opportunity for us to talk about our own personal stories, being geeks and getting comfortable in that way. But for us to bring some other people and get perspectives other than our own. So though we do this panel multiple times a year at multiple conventions, it is always different. And part of the reason why we do it the way we do it is because by bringing other people in to share their perspectives with us, we just learn more about each other. And so even though we may have different backgrounds or come from different places, a lot of us had the same kind of struggle growing up, loving the things that we loved and so forth. And we just think it's a really good way for us to be to help each other be cognizant that we're not alone. Those kinds of things. So we're going to be joined by Marcus Williams and Stephen Jones, Auditorium, who last week, if you were in the show, you got to see Stephen's artwork. Sin has a bunch of it at the house. He is an awesome artist. Paints incredible like anime fan art, amongst other things. He does a lot of other stuff too. We will also, again, we'll be joined by Marcus Williams, who you've heard us talk about before. He's been on here with us and talk with us. He is a professional illustrator who is known for Tuskegee Airs, among other things. I like his work. He has actually a new book that's getting ready to drop. It comes out like next week. You can pre-order it now. Fantastical Creatures, color by number, which is pretty cool. For him. So, I like the color. I might grab that joint for ages 4 to 8. I might grab that joint.
Do some color.
To see some of Marcus's artwork.
Yeah.
Marcus is an incredible artist who has this incredible mind on him where he takes different characters and puts a spin on them. He creates a whole backstory for them, and then he'll draw like all these different pictures. So like one of my favorites I hadn't seen in a while. And I remember he did a Popeye Dragon Ball crossover. That's pretty dope. It just a little olive oil and Vegeta. Here he's got some. I've got stuff up here on the wall from him where he did like a X-Men / it was like X-Men and Disney princesses.
Yes.
And so like the image, the one I have right here it's you can actually see the side of it here, but it's Elsa and Iceman, which makes sense.
Favorite? Yeah.
So yeah, again, some pretty dope artists who are gonna join us on there. Also, the daughter who I just called, Zaina, will be on that panel. I just think it'll be cool to get. We have only once had a show where we've gotten a good chance to get some really good female perspective on the actual panel itself. We've definitely gotten good feedback and had some great conversation with people who are sitting in the crowd. We're going to live stream it, but it's hard to live stream it and put us on and allow you to be able to see the crowd at the same time. So it's not exactly the same. Obviously, we're going to film it and, we'll put it up when the time comes. But definitely, if you can be there in person, we highly recommend doing that and would greatly appreciate the support in coming and checking us out. So, again, that'll be 8/21 Saturday, 4:30 p.m. in room 103. If you're gonna be at Awesome Con, come through and check us out.
Yes.
Worse than Ty this week, way worse than Ty. But Marcus
Wow.
didn't show up at all, as far as I know. So
Yeah, unless he have
Let's
around
hear
there.
that.
it didn't work.
That ban hammer worked. He wouldn't
Yeah,
allow in this
although I was gonna say,
episode,
although we're not positive that she didn't ban him before he even got in the chat. So
which is
that's a
highly
possibility.
possible.
But you're always welcome, J. Robert Deans. Thank you for coming to the show. Jokes.
Yes, sir.
You have a job to do.
Yes, sir.
You all know the deal. Make sure you check us out across all social media. You hit the link tree. That's the easiest way to follow us. Got a new kanji shirt in development. Look for that soon. My intention was to get it done last week, but Otakon
Otakon said
kind of put a little
no.
beating on us. If you guys wouldn't mind, just throw a prayer in the air for us. Kay, who does all our behind the scenes stuff and is one of our admins and helps us out with Loading Sacks Movie Club, has unfortunately come down with COVID. And so he hasn't been doing too well over the last few days. So throw a prayer in the air. We're just sending well wishes to him and hoping he has a speedy recovery. So he certainly won't be with us, at the con this weekend. So he'll slowly be missed. But you were gonna ask a favor this week. Scrap that. I mean, listen, if you need a favor, ask a favor. It's cool. All I can say is no. I can't get to it right now. Also, not this next Friday, the 27th. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, make sure you're following Transcendent Events on Facebook. Yeah. Nerd parties. So they are doing Nerd Prom, and Nerd Prom is going to be dope. And I was kind of planning to go anyway, but we got to ask the day to work that. So I don't know what exactly that means. We'll be doing.
Yeah, but pretty much means we'll be there.
Yeah, we're figuring some things out. Let's see. I was gonna ask that y'all share the AMA link as I stop taking questions Thursday. Yeah, man. I mean, that's perfect. Listen, you throw it in the chat, and everybody can click on it.
Yep.
Yeah, throw it in the chat by all means. Yeah, J. Robert Deans is doing a ask me anything. He's been taking questions for like 2 weeks now.
That's about right.
And we'll be answering soon. So if there is anything you want to ask J. Robert Deans, please feel free to do so. Yeah, he definitely needs to be drinking some fluids. I'm gonna check on him again. I talked to him a little while ago, a couple hours ago. I'll check on him again tomorrow morning. I actually have to take my youngest to get her second vaccination shot tomorrow.
Okay.
So that goes. Yeah. So also, let's do this. Let me see if I can grab this really quickly. Let me see. So, for any of you who are interested in just checking out our work from Otakon, let's see if that works. It should populate for you guys, but that is the YouTube playlist for all of what we have posted. Let me put it to you that way.
Keyword.
All of what we have posted is in that playlist, so feel free to go there, check it out. Comment, like, share, all that jazz. We greatly appreciate it. Sin, you and I talked briefly today.
We did.
About a possible new endeavor. If you are a Patreon member, look for us to post a question to you about us doing some new content and whether or not you would like to see that. Also, if you are a member of the movie club, again, I posted earlier asking about whether or not, the movie for next month was supposed to be Shang-Chi. So I posted a question asking people whether or not they feel comfortable going to the theater or not. We are trying to gauge whether or not we need to
switch it up,
pivot, and pick another movie that people can watch from home instead of trying to do something for the theater. And we might just have to relegate Shang-Chi to spoiler boys. On that note, if you are an MCU chat or a Patreon member, Friday, look for a new Spoiler Boys for episode 2 of What If, because it's going down at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Yeah, buddy.
3 a.m. tomorrow morning. Next, What If needs all black artist music with the T'Challa starlight. Hey, listen, we'll see what they do.
Hey, we'll see
You know
what
what I
they're
mean?
gonna do.
We don't know what T'Challa grew up on in space. Like,
I mean,
you know
if
what I'm
my
saying?
man, if
Like,
my
we
man
might not
come
have
out there, I make a
a soundtrack at all. You know what I mean? I certainly don't expect him to get presented with a Zune at the end of the episode. Jay Robert said, I love the two young girls' reactions to how y'all introduce videos. Oh, the God. Yeah, they listen. We gave them warning. If you look, there's a behind the scenes video posted, you know, just kind of talking about what we do to kind of prep people for what it is. And it kind of talks about just like,
we're going to be loud.
Yeah, what it's like for us to try to help people get ready for being in front of the camera and doing an interview. A lot of times we interview people who have never been interviewed before or never been on camera before or something like that. And so, you know, we have a whole thing that we go through kind of explaining. And you can literally watch me say, listen, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to yell. It's going to be loud. Don't worry. This is what we do. Like, we go through a whole thing. And that behind the scenes runs right into the intro of that video. So, the link isn't posting for the questions, but the link is up at dfplinks.com. So, dfplinks.com, y'all check that out. Novacon. We heard y'all and thought, what is that? Yeah.
That's us.
Yeah, we have every intention of being heard. We want people to be like, why didn't they interview us? We just didn't get to you. It's not because we don't like you. It's just like we just can't get to everybody. So like, we just, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not even sure what makes us pick and choose what we pick. We just find things we like and we go there.
See if this works for Jay Robert.
See, got on to the program. Okay, Sin, you got a job to do.
Yes, so let's shout out our top tier patrons, starting with Anthony Cunningham, Marcus Houston, Susan Deutsch, and Tyrone Carson. Thank you very much. We truly, truly appreciate it.
Indeed. There it is. It's posted. Yeah, Leah. Novacon. Straight up. That's a non-existent.
Con that shall not be named.
Basically. I don't know, man. We made some really great connections.
Most certainly.
Some great people there. For sure. Thank you, J. Robert Deans, for that. Get better, K. We appreciate all the well wishes. Hey, guess what I got?
What'd you get?
Yeah.
Oh,
that Lego gauntlet, y'all. Keep your eyes open because it's gonna be some new show and tells happening, y'all. Just so y'all know. Voldicon. I like it. I like it.
You're welcome.
I mean, facts. Little jokes. Close the show out. Take us home. Can you do it?
Oh, I get to close out. Oh man, I feel special.
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find
you
out.
Do it wrong. I'm just gonna take it from you.
Hey, it is what it is. You already did it. So, Sin, hit us off with what you got for us.
What? He already did that.
What
are you talking about?
Yeah,
this is why. Little jokes.
That's why you don't give him the keys to the car.
Nah,
He's too little. He ain't got his license yet.
Hey, listen, it's cool.
No, but for me, Gage and Sin, this has been Loaded Snacks Weekly.